Aloha, welcome to another exciting episode of Galactivated Yoga on the Beach. Woo. YouTube Live, TikTok Live, and on the replay. And thank you everyone for joining us live in person on the beach today. We're gonna take the next hour or so of our beautifully busy lives and we're gonna slow everything down. We're gonna stretch, we're gonna breathe, we're gonna open to receive all of these cosmic forces of divine energies. We're gonna integrate them effortlessly with grace and ease into our beautiful, perfect, divine human bodies. So please pull up some beach, pull up some blankets, take some time for your lives, find your straight head, neck, and spine. And as we begin to drop in and settle in, I'd love to share what's going on galactically. So Christar Galactica, your fairy god sis, Saint Joan Arcata, and of course we are Galactivators. Here with you once again on the beach, spread a little love with all the super friends, gonna teach and educate me. Relax, stretch, breathe, be, soften, open to receive, like a morning glory turning toward the sun's beams. Let it all into us, just like a stream. Soak it up, buttercup, and this life is like a dream. Galactivators. So today is the Planetary Wind Day, White Planetary Magical Winds of the Heart. Today our root chakra is transforming. Our third eye is being initiated. We're receiving all the powers from the great invisible dimension of this life. So we can't see the winds, but we can feel their effects. You can't see the spiritual dimension. We have to just trust that it exists. We can't feel the quantum field with our five senses, but our sixth sense can pick up on this space. We don't know the power of our intentions until we realize them manifesting in our lives, the power that we have energetically to make positive changes. So I invite you to imagine the wind around us today is a beautiful spiritual messenger and guardian and friend, and that the whole earth is a living master organism. It's a loving, motherly, fatherly figure for us today that's supporting us and taking care of us and nurturing us and calling us and always guiding us to be in the right place at the right time, to have the right experiences for our well-being. So I invite you to just drop into this now as we begin to breathe, correcting any curvature of our spine. Notice which leg is on the top. Begin to deepen our breath and pull that breath into our belly. Allowing that belly, the lower energy centers, the chakras of the solar plexus and sacrum and root, Muladhara, the Manipura, Svadhisthana, and Muladhara. Allow these to begin to awaken. Spin and turn and begin attracting to us with ease and grace and smiley face, our health and well-being, happiness and joy, peace and harmony. that breath to deepen and our mind to soften, our body to come to stillness. Allowing ourselves to just empty out. Allowing the light, our higher self, higher mind to flood on in. Allowing that stomach to awaken, our spiritual womb space to light up and glow. One more breath like this. Om Namah Shivaya. All the way out. Inhale our arms out and up to the sky, palms together. Focus on your intention. Exhale, bring those hands down the center line and bowing our head to our heart. Om Namah Shivaya. And then let's shift the crossing of our legs. Bring the other leg on the top. Begin to make some spirals. Sufi rolls. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, roll back. First one direction, and then let's take it the other way. Taking it forward and back. Inhale, lift our chin, roll the shoulders back and down. Look up with our eyes, big smile. Exhale, straighten our arms, tucking our chin, leaning back. Inhale, lift our heart, lift our gaze. Lift our chin, lift our eyes. Squeeze those shoulders back. Big smile. And exhale, straighten those arms, tuck our chin, lean back. One more time, inhale, lift our heart, lean up and back. Filling up with the love of dog. And leaning back, dog is love. All right, coming back to center. I will be your mirror. So let's extend our right leg long and bring that left leg in. And then we'll cross that leg over and wrap our right arm around this left leg. And we'll take this left arm up to the sky. And as we exhale, let's reach it back, palm up, turn our eyes. Stretch and reach. And then let's place this hand up against our spine, sitting up nice and tall and stretching our eyes. And coming back through center, briefly twisting the other way. Coming through, stacking our knees on top of one another. Stack that left knee on top of the right. Let's inhale our arms out and up. Reach up with that left arm. Breathe in, reach up with that right arm. Bending that right elbow. Squeezing it back with that left hand. Gently tapping on the back of our hearts with this right hand. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, begin to hinge forward at the hips. And then releasing our hands down to this leg. Grab your toes, spread them, tuck our chin, and breathe. And breathing and walking ourselves on up. Let's bring this left foot into that inner thigh and bring our hands to our hearts. We're gonna rotate those hands forward and around. And the other way. Interlace those hands, rotate our palms up. Pushing up, just gently stretch those wrists. Deep breath in. Connect to that air elemental, the wind today. Om Namah Shivaya. Archangel Raphael. Deep breath in. And exhale, hinge forward, folding on down. You can release your hands down. Invisibility shield, engage. And then taking it into side opener now. Right hand stays down, left arm lifts. Head can turn up to look at that left hand, or turn down to look at that right hand. Deep breath in. As we exhale, bringing this left hand to the ground, back behind. Right arm lifts up high, point our toes, lift our hips, take it into a heart opener. Deep breath in. Slowly coming on down. Shake those legs out. Take a butterfly intermission. So bending both knees, bringing both feet together. Notice the difference between the sides, and we'll play with curving that spine forward. Inhale, lifting your heart upward. Straighten our arms, tucking that chin. Lifting, look up. Lifting. And then we'll fold, bringing our heart forward. Walking our hands forward. And bringing ourselves on up, extending this left leg long, bending this right knee in, connect, just give it a hug, gratitude, flex those yogi toes on that left foot, and then we'll cross this foot over, wrapping this left arm around. Inhale, open this arm up, stretch, palm up, stretch our eyes. And bringing this hand back behind, up against our spine, pressing that spine tall, twisting, stretch those eyes. And this left arm can remain wrapped around this leg, or you can bring it to the top of this thigh to help you twist a little further. And coming on back through center. We're going to briefly twist the other way. And then coming on back to center. Let's stack those knees on top of one another. Right knee on top of the left. And we'll inhale, arms up to the sky. Let's rotate our fingers, cross them the opposite way. Pressing up. Filling up with the love of dog. And just stretch side to side. And then we'll bend this left elbow, grabbing it with our right hand. Pressing back. Find the breath. Find the wind element. Move the air as you exhale. Powerful breath, inflating your belly as you inhale. Pull that belly in as you exhale. Beginning to hinge at the waist, folding towards this leg. And release those hands down, tucking our chin. And bringing those hands up, let's place this right foot to that left inner thigh. And now we're gonna extend these arms forward, open these hands up, and then roll them back, and then extend them forward, roll them back and around. Open and then lift them up, reach up tall. Let's press those palms together, pushing. And then begin to hinge forward towards this leg. Grab our foot, separate the toes, stretch them, find the breath. Thanks for being with us today, super friends. Thanks for our TikTok live friends and YouTube live and on the replay. Thanks for the follows and the likes and the shares and the gifts and the subscribers. And let's lift this right arm up to the sky, opening our heart. And rising on back up. Right hand comes behind. Left arm lifts. Let's press into the ground. Lift those hips to get into a heart opener. Back down. Let's swing our knees around and come forward into a tabletop. So hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. We'll play with some cats and cows. So inhale, drop our belly, lift our gaze, our drishti. Exhale, arch our spine, curl those hips forward. Flowing with our breath. let's make circles with our spines. One direction and the other direction. And then we'll take it back and forth. So stretching back into a child's pose. Reach those arms long. This is our resting pose where you come whenever you want to break. And then inhaling, we'll slither ourselves forward onto the tops of our thighs into a cobra. Lifting our heart, lifting our gaze, stretching that lower back. And this cobra can be higher or lower, just feel into your back, your belly, keep breathing. And lowering on down. Let's push back up into a tabletop. Knees under our hips, shoulders under our wrists. Once again, cat-cow. Inhale, drop our belly, lift our gaze, our drishti up for cow. Exhale, arch our spine, round up, crown down for cat. A few more rounds like this. And then coming back to a neutral center. Let's bring our knees together. Let's send our right leg back and up. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, bring this knee up high over to that right elbow. And then extend it back long. Exhale, bring it up high to that elbow. And then back around. Extend it up forward and kick it back. Let's do 3 more times, flowing with our breath. And then let's bring that knee forward towards our nose. Extend it back. Exhale, squeeze it forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift. Let's bend that back knee. Reach back with this hand, grab that foot, play with our balance. Lift this leg, kick that foot up, pull our heart open, turn our gaze up and back, over that left shoulder, and breathe. And extend that arm and leg long, and squeeze knee, nose, elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. One final lift for the road and bring it on down. Back to child's pose. Stretch it on back. Reach those arms forward. Exhale, shifting our weight forward. Once again, cobra, coming onto those thighs. Softening into that lower back, taking it as high or as low as we need to today. Lifting our chin, take our head side to side, stretching our eyes. Keep those shoulders rolling back and away from your ears. Let's lower. Curl the toes, press into the ground. Let's come back up into our tabletop. Cat, cow, move our spine around. Inhale, drop our belly, lift our gaze, our drishti. Exhale, arch our spine. Breath. Make some circles once again. One direction and the other. And then bringing those knees together. Let's extend our left leg back and up. Deep breath in. Exhale, swing this knee up and over to that left elbow. And then extend that leg back. Exhale, swing this knee high. And flow it on back. Exhale, bring that knee up and over. Inhale, lift. 3 more, exhale. Flowing with our breath, nice and slowly, not in any rush. Extend. And then thank you for the likes. Squeeze that knee forward towards our nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, lift. Squeeze it in. Lift. Bend that knee, reach up and back with that hand, grab that ankle, kick this leg up, open our heart, twisting towards that right side, stretch our eyes. Deep breath in. Extend this arm and leg away from one another and squeeze knee, nose, elbow. Inhale, extend. Right arm forward. Squeeze knee, nose, elbow. Inhale, extend one more. And squeeze. Reach. And then we'll bring it down and send it back, child's pose. Reach those arms forward. Let's bring our gaze up and lift our hands up and make circles with our wrists out and in. Right, and then coming back up, back into our tabletop. Cat, cow, move that spine around again. Notice what changes have taken place. And then we're gonna get into our shoulders now. So let's take those knees wide. Bringing our right hand in front of our face. Let's extend this left arm up and open. Turn our gaze up at those fingertips as we breathe in. And as we breathe out, let's bring that shoulder and cheek down to the ground. So hips are square. That hand presses to open your heart up. And pressing into the ground, lifting up. Let's make some circles with this shoulder. Back and forth. Bringing it on down. Center this hand in front of your face. Bring it a little bit forward, and we're going to lift the other arm up. Open to receive. Stretch, breathe. And as we exhale, bring that shoulder and cheek through and down to the ground. Use the opposite hand on the ground to help press and lift that heart open. Reach your hips over towards that shoulder. Keep your head and shoulder relaxed. And then the hand that's pushing into the ground can stay where it is, or can lift up to the sky, or can wrap behind your back. Just melt in and find your breath. And unwinding this arm, press it into the ground, elevating that arm and shoulder up, and circling it all around. One direction and the other now. And then bringing this hand on down to the ground. Knees under our hips, curl the toes, press and lift. Back to downward dog we go. Press into our flat palms. Reach those heels down. And then let's start to walk our feet up towards our hands, bringing us into a forward fold. And bending our knees, let's roll up. Arms come out and up. Leaning back. Coming back through center, let's take our right hand to our left wrist. Pull it up and over towards the right side. Coming back to center, left hand grabs right wrist, pulling it up and over. Coming back to center, float those hands back behind us, interlace those fingers, pull back. Lifting our chin, squeeze those shoulders back. We'll take our head over to one side at a time. Let's shake it out. Shake our hands out. Hips out. Make sure we have room. We'll take a little twist. Twisting our arms. Let them slap and hit our bodies. Let's let them slap low. And then let them slap up high. A little more momentum. And then we'll swing those arms forward and backward. And then side to side. Surprise! And then let's shake those hands out up overhead and hop up, down, jump, jump up on our tippy toes. Shaking those heads up overhead. Shake, shake, shake and jump, jump, point the toes. All right, and then come to stillness, mountain pose. Feet together, just notice how you feel. What sensations are in your body. Find a little bit more length, height. Let's rotate those palms so they're facing out. Pinkies forward. Grip the earth with your toes. Spread your toes from the pinkies in. Baby bend in our knees. Let's place our hands on our hips and bring our right foot in to that inner ankle. So this is phase one or half. You could have that foot just on the ground with your heel just touching. And then phase two would be to slide this leg all the way up to your inner thigh at the top. Find your balance here. Phase three would be to tuck this foot in to that crease in your hips. And then when we feel nice and stable, we'll extend our arms up, our branches for our tree pose. Find the breath. Calm your mind. our hands up overhead. Let's release this leg, let this knee face forward, and we're going to extend this right leg, and then we're going to step on forward. So nice wide stance. It's best if both feet are on the same surface. Let's come up on those back tippy toes. And we're going to bend into a high lunge. So stacking our knee on top of our ankle. Keep dropping in, bending that left knee. And then let's open our arms up, cactus arms, lion's breath. Stick our toe. Inhale, reach those arms up. Make sure you can see your big toe, second toe bending into that front knee. Exhale, lion's breath. Cactus arms. Once again, extend those arms, reach up tall. Exhale, lion's breath. Coming back to center, hands come down the center line. Let's bring our hands down, straighten that front leg. We're gonna hop this back foot just a little bit forward so we can straighten both legs and fold over ourselves in a pyramid pose. Shaking our heads out, our faces out. Bending into that front knee, let's lower our back knee down for a low lunge. Deep breath here. As we exhale, send those hips back, toes up, nose to knee, straightening that front leg. Inhale, bending into that front knee. From here, left hand down, right arm lifts, taking a twist. And as we exhale, let's bring this hand down to the inside of that foot and just let that knee fall open to the side, that foot open. And if you want, you could come down onto your forearms if that feels good here. And walking ourselves up. We're going to heel toe this foot towards the center and begin to inchworm it forward, holding ourselves up into a Hanuman asana, forward splits. And then from here, heel toe, we're bending this knee and bringing this right foot over to the left, flexing that foot, squaring our hips, coming onto the top of that back straight leg, hips and shoulders squared forward, and then beginning to walk ourselves forward for a sleeping swan. For pigeon pose, keep that right foot flexed. You can cradle your head in your hands if you like. Find that deep breath. And beginning to rise on up. And then let's swing this leg around. From the tabletop here, let's take it into a plank. Or you're welcome to stay in tabletop. Yogi's choice. Breathe into our nice strong core. Ha ha ha. And then let's shift our weight forward, lowering down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Peeling our hearts up, cobra. Lowering on down to the ground. Curl the toes, press up again. Into plank and then back to downward dog. Feet step just a little closer to our hands. Arms press our weight back towards our heels. Head falls between our arms. Deep breath. And let's bend our knees, look forward between our hands. And at the bottom of our exhale, walk, hop, or float our feet forward. As we inhale, lift our spine, and exhale, fold. Lead from the heart, reverse swan dive, arms out and up, palms together, lean back. And hands into our heart, namaste. So just notice the difference between the sides. Let's step back so we have room in front of us on our mat. Bring our hands to our hips. Just notice how you feel here as we breathe in. Bring your center of gravity into that right leg this time, gripping the earth with your eagle talons. And then initial half a phase is just bring that heel to balance, that left heel to balance on your right ankle. Next phase would be to bring that foot up to that inner shin. From here we could play with lifting it all the way up to that inner thigh. From here you can play with bringing it into that crease in your legs. Wherever our balance is today, it might be different between the sides, and that's all right. And then from here, lift our tree branches. As we breathe. Om Namah Shivaya. And then from here, releasing this leg, extending it forward. Yeah. And then floating this foot forward and finding a deep lunge, high lunge. So coming up on those back tippy toes, bending into that front knee, dropping down into the lunge as we extend those arms up. Lift that back heel up as we drop into that front thigh. Deep breath in. And exhale. Reach these arms down to the ground. Straighten that front leg. Hop this back foot a little bit forward so we can straighten both legs and fold into our pyramid. Om Namah Shivaya. Inhale, bend into this front knee, and let's drop this back knee down into a low lunge. You can be on your fists or on your hands, stretching into that back hip flexor. Make sure your front knee's over your ankle. There's lots of room between your legs. As we breathe in. And as we breathe out, let's straighten that front leg, coming up on that heel. Lift your toes, nose to knee. And inhaling, bending into that front knee. Right hand down, left arm lifts. Taking a twist. And bring in this hand down to the inside of that foot. Let's let that knee fall open out to the side, coming onto the side of that foot if you like. Breathing into that hip. And if you like to come down on those forearms to enhance your experience, you're welcome to. Backing up out of it, framing that foot, holding yourself up. Begin to inchworm this left leg forward, all the way forward into our Hanuman Asana. Holding yourself up, breathing into that root chakra.
I have a backpack on. Yeah, a bit, but it's not that bad. That was not the shoe, bro.
Deep breath. And then from here, we're going to come onto that side or hip or heel toe, bend that knee, swing this left foot over towards the right. And with that foot flexed, coming onto the top of that back thigh, extending that right leg back and long, flexing that left foot, hips and shoulders are squared forward, lifting our heart and our gaze, and then exhale, walking ourselves forward for a pigeon pose. sleeping swan. And inhale, rising up. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for everyone who's joining us today. Pressing into the ground, curl those back toes, hop it on back into a plank pose. Deep breath in. Shift our weight forward, lowering down. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Peeling up cobra or up dog. Lowering on down to the ground, curl the toes, push up. Once again, plank, and then we'll take it back to downward dog. Bending our knees, look forward between our hands. At the bottom of our exhale, walk, hop, or float our feet forward. Inhale, lift our heart. Exhale, hold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Arms out and up, palms up, lean up and back. And exhale, hands into our hearts. Let's take our feet wide. And inhale, arms up again. Palms together, and exhale, squat on down into a low squat. And then I'll bring ourselves down to the ground. Make sure there's room behind us, and we're going to use our core to slowly lower on down, or we can roll back. If you want to bring your feet overhead to plow, you're welcome to play with that as well. And then let's bring our knees in, rock our lower back side to side. Cross our right knee over the left. Extend that right arm up and back. And drop those knees over to the left as we extend our upper body to the right. Breathing in, coming back to center, switching. Left knee crosses over the right. Scooch our hips over to the left as we drop our knees to the right, extending that left arm and shoulder up and back to the left. back to center. Let's take it into one more fish pose. So extending those legs long, bringing our hands to our glutes, elbows in. Head goes up and back, swimming our way back. So maybe the crown makes it down to the ground, maybe it doesn't. Keep our heart lifting. And then we'll bring ourselves onto our backside for our final resting pose, our Shavasana. If there's anything else that you require before you're able to totally rest, give that to yourself right now. Otherwise, we can just relax here. So when we're ready, our head, neck, and spine will be in a straight line. Arms and legs are open and out to the side of your spine. Deep breath into your belly and bring in your gaze in and up at Ajna, the third eye. And then just relax and melt and let go into the soundlessness, the silence beyond the sounds.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Rest, relax, let energy start to circulate all around. Breathe into your lungs, down to your soles and to the ground. See it spiraling to and through, envelop you like a pearl. The light encircling, flowing through you. Beautiful, magical. The air turns into prana, turns into power and magic too. The oxygen transforming into life force inside you and radiating aura into the field around your form. Power to explore ya in the eye of a spiritual storm. The earth that is below you is giving messages to your field, the heavens that are above you is giving energy with which to heal. The light that lives inside of you is transforming into gold. The power of life within you, surrounding you, has you. You're connected and holds you. You are held, you are contained, you are loved, you are empowered, you are beautiful, you are wealthy, you are wise, you are magical, you are confident, you are secure, you are empowered, you are tuned into a higher timeline. Your divine self merges with your physical self. Your spiritual self is made flesh. Your infinite and eternal self bonds with your human to make you the best, the most authentic, the most empowered, the most embodied, the deepest breathing, the most creative, the most magical you of all. We allow this self to dawn within us like a new sun, like a new day. So your light radiates and shines bright and tall. You are healthy, you are happy, you are wise, you are creative, you are peaceful, your intentions are pure. You are magical, you are wonderful, you are beautiful, you are a miracle, you are enlightened. Your divine self is here. All that is infinite, all that is wonderful, all that is eternal, all that is magical, now bonding and fusing with your form. The full spectrum of light, the most powerful of them all, is in you, in your body, and has been born. Om Namah Shivaya. In gratitude and thankfulness, this love and peace and joy and bliss, shifting and changing everything as we relax, receive, and simply be. We're doing nothing, simply allowing and expecting. And in this space, we come back into our lives, back into our bodies, back into our minds, coming back, reanimating, illuminating our form. Start to lengthen our breath, deeply breathing. Imagine ourselves being reborn. As we start to wiggle our fingers and wiggle our toes, coming out of our shells. Stretch and yawn and reach and grow, expand and feel and swell. Reaching our arms up overhead. And then drawing our knees into our chest. And whenever we're ready, roll onto our side like a brand new baby, born fully alive. And whenever we're ready, taking our time, coming back up to seated, head, neck, and spine in a straight line.
Henry, bro! Oh my god!
Sitting in our enlightenment, sitting in our divinity. Simply sit, relax, and be. Sitting as our royalty. Just simply be and relax. Observe your breath and deeply breathe. Observe your mind before coming back. Has your mind already started to dive into the stories, or is it present with your form? Is the breath flowing freely through your body? Can you feel life's continual storm?
It feels really bad. Like, it feels horrible now. It's like catching the water. What? Aren't you?
And then breathing our arms up to the sky, gather our intention one more time and pull it down the center of the line, bowing to the throne where resides divine inside, divine in me, divine in thee, one great light, one energy stream. Say it and see the magical words with me. Namaste. Super friends, Galactivate! And now our aura is filled with light, and we are Galactivated all the time. Yay! Give yourselves a round of applause. We did it! We saved the world again! Yay! And then go ahead and give yourself a big hug, or hug your friend, or hug your doggy, or hug a coworker, hug a tree, hug your daughter, or hug the sky, because we're so galactified. Yay. And spread the hugs around the world. We love you. Fairy family. That's the truth. So thank you everyone on our YouTube live and on our TikTok too. We appreciate you, and we invite you to go to our website if you'd like to give back. You're welcome to. Galactivators with a dot and a C-O-M at the end. G-A-L Activators. And you can sign up for our Super Friends email list. You can get Galactivated yoga gear, singing bowls, clothing, all kinds of fun stuff. And we'll let you know when you sign up for our Super Friends email list all the wonderful things that we are up to, including our appearance at the Conscious Life Expo on Saturday, February 21st, 2026 in the LAX Hilton. So if you're in the area, come and join us, Super Friends. And you're welcome to leave a donation on our website as well. And we say thank you. Stay